if you're looking to make or serve an alternative to a traditional tiered frosted wedding cake, well, my s'mores wedding cake is the one for you. It's absolutely perfect for something like a backyard wedding, super casual. To start off the cake, I'm going to melt 2.5 cups of butter. I'm just going to melt this on medium heat while I pour in 2.5 cups of milk. So if you think I'm making a traditional cake batter here, this part of the s'mores wedding cake has a very special name. It's called the goo. And it's the glue that glues the chocolate, the marshmallows, and the graham crackers together so that you bake it, chill it, then you can cut it, stack it, and enjoy it. You can even pick up this cake and eat it with your fingers. So I'm just gonna let these two melt. Let's talk about the other goo elements. I've got 3 1/3 cups of light brown sugar and 8 cups of graham cracker crumbs. Now this makes a generously proportioned cake, but I have designed it so that if you are making this in your own home kitchen, you should have space to fit it in the fridge. All right, now that the butter has melted, I can add my brown sugar and graham cracker crumbs all at once, all at the same time. Now you understand why I was melting that in such a big pot. Go. So I can take this off the heat now. Once you've added your brown sugar and your graham cracker crumbs, that's all you have to do. And this is kind of sloppy and messy looking. And then once I've stirred this together, I'll add my vanilla. Now the rest of the cake, the whole process is all about assembly. So I need those critical ingredients to make a s'mores wedding cake. I need graham crackers, chocolate, and marshmallows. I've got just over 1.5 kilos of graham crackers, 2.5 kilos of chocolate chips, 3 kilos of mini marshmallows. Now, it's kind of funny that the lightest, fluffiest ingredient is actually the heaviest, but this is the volume it takes to make s'mores to feed, for a bite-sized piece, 80 to 100 people if you wish, or half that if you're serving a dessert portion. So let me make some space for my pans. Oh my gosh. Now, to get your pans ready, you first want to grease and line 2 9x13 pans, and you want to make sure that parchment paper that you line comes right up the sides of your pan because these s'mores are going to be very, very thick. And you also need to grease and line 2 9-inch square pans. So this makes a 3-tiered squared cake, a base that's 12 inches, a middle layer that's 9, and a top that's 6. So to give the cake some structure, I start by putting graham cracker squares in a single layer at the bottom. Now, usually I just do an even single layer. You can play with the graham cracker to make sure you're getting good coverage, especially on the bottom, because that's the base of the cake. You don't have to fully cover the graham cracker with the goo. So the goo is on. That means my marshmallows will stick. Precise measuring here. Just go for a nice even layer. And now for an even sprinkling of the chips. But again, you want to be able to see the marshmallows through the chocolate. And then guess what? You do it again. The 9-inch square pans take about 20 minutes to cook. The 9x13s take about 25, and really all you're looking for is that beautiful golden brown of toasted marshmallow and melted chips. After these cool completely out of the oven, I'll chill them completely. You can make and chill these layers even a week ahead of time. They will hold chilled. You might have other things to do. It is a wedding, after all. I don't think I've ever seen my oven so full. Oh, look at these toasted beauties. You just can't stop smiling when you see all of this toasted marshmallow and chocolate and graham cracker. All right, so now it's time to turn this sea of marshmallow and chocolate into an elegant but unconventional wedding cake. I'm going to use my 2 9x13s to make the 12-inch base. I actually have to cut and glue them together. The reason I do this is most people have a 9x13-inch pan, but you may not have a 12-inch square pan. And basically, you just use the board as your base. So the first thing I do want to do is trim a little bit on the outside. And whatever you do, do not throw these away. They are delicious scraps. And there we go, tier number 1. Now for the 9-inch tier. All right, and now just to trim Do you like the end pieces or do you like to trim them away? It's a personal thing. So you can leave these, of course, intact if you want. My last one. And now, final tier goes on top. I will pipe some detail to hide the seams. But as you can see, when it comes time to portion the cake, it's easy to pop off and then cut into pieces. And there we go. You definitely want to keep this chilled until the wedding, but know that it can sit out and be enjoyed. This definitely isn't a typical wedding cake, but I do like some traditions, like taking off the top tier. This would freeze well to be enjoyed, what, 10th anniversary, 25th, 50th? Who knows? But then the rest of this cake will have your guests wanting some more. Enjoy your casual wedding.